Hi students, this is part 4 video, subject accounts, lesson 5, accounting ratio. So in the past two videos, okay, that is part 2 and part 3, we have discussed about liquidity ratio and solvency ratios. Okay, a small recap. What are there under liquidity ratio, current ratio and quick ratio? Okay, so what we have seen on solvency ratios, so debt equity ratio, debt to capital employed ratio, proprietary ratio, total assets to debt ratio, the last one interest coverage ratio. Okay, so totally how many types of ratios? 4: liquidity ratio, solvency ratio, activity ratios and profitability ratios. Okay, so in part 2 video we have discussed liquidity ratio and part 3 solvency ratios. Okay, so in this video we are going to discuss about activity ratio, that is third one, activity ratio. So what do you mean by activity ratio? Yes, so activity ratio indicates the number of times assets employed. Okay, so number of times assets employed means how the asset is totally engaged itself for converting raw material into finished product. Okay, so what we are going to do with that finished product is the company sells its product to their ultimate customers for earning profit. Okay, so activity ratio reveals the relationship between the asset and profit. Okay, so the better utilization of asset for attaining good profit. Okay, activity ratio is otherwise called as turnover ratio or efficiency ratio. Do you understand? Yes, by effective utilization of machinery leads higher output. That is we can easily attain higher profit. If the output is higher, we can sell that product to our ultimate customer and we can earn more profit. Okay, so in the important activity ratio calculated under this are inventory turnover ratio, receivables or payable turnover ratio, total asset turnover ratio or fixed asset turnover ratio, last one working capital turnover ratio. Okay, we can see one by one. First one, inventory turnover ratio. Inventory turnover ratio is otherwise called as stock turnover ratio. Okay, so this inventory turnover ratio determines the number of times the stock is converted into revenue. Revenue in the sense cash, revenue in the sense sales. Do you understand? We manufacture the goods and we kept that goods in our godowns. Okay, so the from the godowns only the stock will be taken over to our market. Okay, so the inventory turnover ratio determines the number of times inventory is converted into revenue. Okay, it expresses the relationship between cost of goods sold and average inventory. So how we can find this cost of goods sold? Cost of goods sold equal to sales minus gross profit. Okay, if sales amount is not given in this sum, then what you have to do? You have to apply this formula. Cost of goods sold equal to opening stock plus purchases plus carriage, inwards, direct wages and expenses minus closing stock. Okay, so average stock equal to opening stock plus closing stock divided by 2. Okay, so what is inventory turnover ratio? It determines the number of times inventory is converted into revenue. Okay, yes. See here the stock, they are carrying the stock to market. Okay, so this is called inventory turnover ratio. How many times this stock were taken into the market for converting into cash. Okay, see they are placing the stock in the godowns. After that, if the demand comes, they will discharge this product, this finished product to our market for earning profit. Second one, account receivable turnover ratio or trade receivable turnover ratio. What is that? Account receivable and account, another one is trade receivable. Okay, don't confuse with that. This account receivables, example, we are going to sell our finished product to other company. Okay, for credit basis, this ratio indicates to whom we have sell the goods for credit basis. Okay, the measures the number of times the company sells the goods and collect the amount, credit amount. Okay, so if the ratio is good, then the credit policy is also good. The way of collecting the credit money is so good. The ratio is low, that is collecting, the way of collecting the amount is too bad. Okay, account receivable turnover ratio formula: net credit sales divided by average net account receivables. Okay, how you can find that average account receivables, opening debtors and bills receivables plus closing debtors and bills receivables divided by 2. Okay, then account payable turnover ratio. So account receivable, we have seen about net credit sales. Okay, here net payable turnover means from whom we have collected the goods on credit, from whom we have purchased the raw material on credit basis. So in the receivable, we see that we are selling goods to other company for credit basis. Here we are, that is the company, we are the company, we purchase the raw material for credit. Okay, so how much time we have taken to repay that debt? Okay, so that only it reveals. So account payable turnover ratio. Okay, their credit sales, here credit purchases, we are purchasing on credit. So what's the formula? Trade payable turnover ratio equal to net credit purchases divided by average trade payables. Average trade payables, how we are going to find? We are going to find by opening and closing of creditors. Okay, so plus opening bills here, closing creditors plus closing bills payable divided by 2, we will get this amount, that is amount not times, 4 times, 3 times, like that. Okay, it reveals the average payment period. 365 days, we have to apply that formula also. 365 divided by trade payable turnover ratio. Okay, So we have to find average payment period also. So if the ratio is high, okay, so then it reflects that the company has taken long period to pay the amount. Okay, so three formula we have to apply: trade payable turnover ratio, after that we have to find average trade payable, another one average payment period. Okay, 365 divided by trade payable turnover ratio. So and then fixed turnover ratio. So under fixed turnover ratio there is working capital turnover ratio also. Okay, so for this another one heading is there: net asset or capital employed turnover ratio. Under that fixed asset and working capital turnover ratio will come. Okay, so fixed asset turnover ratio, it reveals the relationship between fixed asset and sales. Okay, higher turnover means better activity and profitability. Okay, it reflects the relationship between revenue from operation and net asset. Net asset is also called as capital employed. Okay, so fixed asset turnover ratio equal to net sales divided by fixed asset. Okay, so the ideal ratio must be 5. Okay, so if the ratio is more than 5, so the company utilized the fixed asset in an efficient way. So if the value is low, okay, below 5, so the asset is not used properly. Okay, then working capital turnover ratio, how working capital can be find out: current asset minus current liability. Okay, it acts as a, that is working capital act as a primary indicator. Okay, only its short term solvency. How working capital turnover ratio will be find out: net sales or net revenue from operation divided by net working capital. Okay, so working capital turnover ratio reflects the efficiency of working capital is used by the firm. Okay, how effectively and efficiently the company uses its working capital. Okay, how you, what's the formula for this: net sales divided by net working capital. How you have to find that working capital? So current asset minus current liabilities. Okay, so a small recap about this video. So we have seen inventory turnover ratio. Okay, so inventory turnover ratio means stock turnover ratio. It finds the relationship between cost of goods sold and average inventory. And then account receivable turnover ratio means, so we have given some goods to another company for credit basis. Okay, so we have to collect that credit amount. Okay, for that purpose we are using account receivable turnover ratio. Net credit sales divided by average net account receivables. So account payable, that is account payable turnover ratio, that is to whom we have collected the goods on credit, to whom we purchase the goods on credit. Okay, so for this formula, net credit by average trade payables. So you have to apply another one formula also: average payment period. For this also you have to find average payment period. For account payable also you have to find average payment period, that is 365 divided by trade payable turnover ratio. And then fixed turnover ratio. Okay, so that is how much the asset is used for getting profit. It reflects the relationship between revenue from operation and net asset. Okay, so net sales divided by fixed asset, or revenue from operation divided by capital employed. So this must be 5 times. Okay, and then working capital turnover ratio formula: net sales divided by net working capital. How you will find this working capital? Working capital equal to current asset minus current liabilities. So working capital helps that how much the company utilized its working capital in an effective way. Okay, it measures the efficiency with which the working capital is being used. So these are the ratios under activity ratios. In the upcoming video or upcoming class, we can see about profitability ratios. Totally 10 profitability ratios are there, we can discuss. Okay, so the last fourth one is profitability ratio. Is so far we have discussed about liquidity ratio, solvency ratio and activity ratio. Read all the papers, that is, read all the sums and questions and theories, everything. Okay, go through, study well.